Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of the Disc Golf Answerman.
Hey guys, this is AB in Idaho.
Not Anthony.
Oh, not Anthony.
Love you guys' show. I appreciate all you do for disc golf. I just recently picked up my first dynamic discs from the Disc Golf Distribution Center in Twin Falls, Idaho. Got a couple of Wardens. That's what I'm putting with now, and got my son a Witness, and he's loving that. My question is in regards to disc speed. Let's say like a 5-speed mid. Should a person be throwing that softer than an 11-speed driver? I know you guys aren't numbers guys, but I'm just trying to understand if I should be throwing those softer to get the flight characteristics out of them. And then, if so, how is it possible that Simon Lizotte can throw a 2 or a 3-speed putter 500 feet? Also, in relation to Simon Lizotte, if you guys have an opportunity, if you could talk a little bit about that 700-foot hole he eagled at GBO.
I was putting.
I'd just like to hear you guys' opinions about that, and if you were close by and saw it happen.
I was pretty
Thanks,
close.
guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, first let's talk about the speed. So if he has lower speed discs like a speed 5, does that mean he has to throw it softer?
Not necessarily.
No.
There's all right. So if you're throwing a mid-range like an EMAC Truth or something like that, a 5-speed mid-range, because of the width of the rim and the disc's ability to resist torque, a lot of times if you throw a mid-range just as hard as you can and your form isn't just great, it will flip over and kind of ride to the right, kind of wobble out of your hand. A lot of times that sort of flaw in your form is masked by a higher speed disc, because once it wobbles, it'll catch and start flying, as it was intended to, or at least closer to what it was intended to. So I don't think the adjustment that you need to make is a speed adjustment as much as it is ensuring that your pullback angle, your release angle, and your follow-through angle are all the same. That's how you can throw a 5-speed mid-range with the same sort of speed that you would throw an 11-speed driver or something.
And I don't necessarily think you need to throw an 11-speed driver as hard as you can either.
Oh, sure.
To get the flight out of it. I mean, each disc is going to be different for each player, which is another reason why we don't really pay too close attention to numbers, because, I mean, we all bag a trespass, right? But we all bag a trespass probably for different reasons. I mean, me and you are probably pretty close, but they're two different style of trespasses too. So, and that's what, an 11-speed, and not very often am I throwing that disc as hard as I can.
Right.
So to one of his points, how does Simon Lizotte take a speed 2 disc that's
He's a
putter,
freak.
and how does he get it to throw so far?
Yeah, so the same feeling that you're having whenever you see him throw that putter, like how does he do something like that, is the same feeling that we're having. That
pretty much, yeah.
He honestly, Simon's form is nearly perfect.
It's technique is what
it is. Yeah,
it is.
exactly. But he gets so much speed, so much spin on the disc without having off-axis torque. I mean, his acceleration is just, for me, second to none. He is so quick once he releases the disc that he gets it on a line, and that disc, because it's a slower speed, it just wants to keep spinning. It's not going to run out of juice and kind of dive to the left. It just wants to keep going. It's like a beach frisbee. So,
is that maybe fair? Maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. But is it fair to say then that's why, again, don't pay attention to numbers? Because if I picked up say, which is more overstable, a Judge or a Marshall?
Probably a
Marshall.
Okay, yeah, they're similar.
Yeah, I would say a Marshall though.
Okay, so let's say
Out of the box, you're
yes,
probably right.
Yeah.
So let's say I had brand new Marshall and a brand new Deputy, and I were to throw each of those off the tee pad. My putter Deputy.
My words.
My
saying
Deputy.
things. It's okay. It's all good.
My Deputy is going to go farther.
Right.
Even though they're both the same. Are they both the same speed?
Yeah, they're both speed 3s.
Yeah, so they're both the same speed, but just because that's the thing, is that the speed isn't telling you how far it's going to go. It's how it's affected by the wind, because it has different characteristics. So
It's
my
just a
Deputy's
number,
gonna,
man.
Yeah, that's what I'm
just a
saying. It's
number.
just a number.
That's just like your opinion, man.
It's like your opinion.